Hello dear students, Namaste and welcome in our English class. In today's lesson, we are going to read a second reading lesson from Unit 14 of your Grade 8 English book. In today's lesson, our topic is If I Was a Superhero. This is a poem from your book. Okay students, so before we start this lesson, let's talk about the previous lesson in short. Okay, in previous lesson, we have read or we have practiced pronunciation, listening and speaking exercises. And in the listening, we talked about a job that was a technician, and we also practiced speaking exercise that was about conditional sentences, right? So in the conditional sentences, we talked about chains of events, okay, and situations and results. So I hope you remember that, and I hope you will recheck it if you haven't seen that. Okay students, now let's talk about today's lesson. Here we have our today's lesson, that is a poem, If I Was a Superhero. So let's talk about what is this poem about. This poem is about imagination. It's imaginative poem. It takes us on a journey exploring what it would be like to have the incredible abilities of a superhero. Okay? What are the incredible abilities? Incredible abilities are like flying, doing great jobs, very heroic jobs, which is not easily possible for normal human beings. So, what would it be like to have such incredible abilities of a superhero, from soaring through the sky to saving the world? The poem inspires us to dream big and use our own superpowers to make a difference. Okay? So the poem is inspiring. For what? For doing great changes, making changes in the world, for helping different people and animals, for making the earth clean, keeping the earth clean, and doing heroic jobs. Okay, that is the inspiration in the poem. Okay, let's talk about what would you do if you were a superhero. Can you imagine what comes in your mind when you are a superhero? When you have incredible abilities to fly and go to everywhere easily, and you can do a lot of tough works easily. Okay, yes, we can travel to different places and help the poor, help the needy ones. Okay, so there are lots of things in our mind. Now, let's read the poem and find out what is the poet doing as a superhero. Okay, the title is If I Was a Superhero. If I was a superhero, I'd fly, definitely fly. Okay, I would definitely fly, surely fly. Arms outstretched. Arms outstretched means your arms stretched wide. Okay? Racing birds in the sky. If I was a superhero, I'd have special powers. I'd have special powers. Okay? Like what kind of powers? Like extra strong legs for jumping over towers. What are towers? Do you know towers? Yes, very tall buildings are called towers, which are 100, 200 stories higher. And the poet would step on it and jump from one tower to another with a special power, with extra strong legs. Why? For why? Let's see. If I was a superhero, If I was a superhero, I'd save all the oceans. Okay. I'd save all the oceans with my secret and magical cleaning up potions. Potions are those things that has that capability to change and clean up all the oceans, okay, and make it pure and cleaner, healthy. If I was a superhero, I would save all the trees. Okay, I would save all the trees and the mountains and rivers, the birds and the bees. So look, why the poet wants to be a superhero, or what he aims, what is his purpose if he was a superhero. Look here, for the reason he would clean the oceans, because oceans are now polluted, right? All the garbage, all the chemicals, okay, are let into the seas, oceans, and that is polluted with different things. And the poet wants, if he was a superhero, he wants to clean with secret and magical potions. Potions are that kind of purest things that has the capacity to clean all the things. If I was a superhero, he would also save all the trees, because trees are cut down every day. As we are growing, as human beings are growing, okay, our populations, our numbers are increasing, we need trees, okay? And trees are now cut down, and he wants to save the trees. And he wants to save mountains and rivers as well. Okay, save the mountains from being polluted, from being melted, from being, okay, wasted, and rivers for making it clean and healthier. The birds and the bees, these are the animal life. He also wants to save, the poet also wants to save birds and bees, all the animals. And if I was a superhero, I'd help all the poor. So all around the world, there are a lot of poor people who are suffering with different diseases and lack of food, okay, and lack of different necessary basic needs. So the poet wishes, or he would help, he wishes that if he was a superhero, he would help all those poor to supply with the necessary things they need, all the poor need, and give them food. Okay, what do they need? They need food, and make them hungry no more. When you are poor, when we are poor, we have no food, we have no clothes, no shelter to live, and then we are always hungry with food. We cannot fulfill, we cannot, okay, satisfy ourselves with enough food. So that is why the poet wants to make them, okay, provide them food and make them no hungry and no more hungry. Okay, students, now, if I was a superhero, the poet says, I'm sure you will agree, okay? You will agree. The world would be better, okay? If the poet was the superhero, then you will certainly agree with him or her. The world would be better to live, would be nice because of the poet, because of the superhero. So that is what the poet has wished, okay, through the poem, if I was a superhero. So you can also make wishes. If I was a superhero, I would help all the poor. If I was a superhero, I would make all the environment cleaner, safer, and fresher. Okay, And likewise, you can make wishes with if I was. So what would you do if you were the president of the biggest country in the world? So you can say that I would help these kind of people, these kind of animals, environment. Okay, so these are the different wishes made. Okay, so these are, actually, or these can be unreal as well. So what we have learned in the previous lesson, dear students, we have learned that there are 4 types of conditional sentences, and first 01 is the universal truth. Okay, let me show you. And what we have done here in the poem, I'll show you here. In the conditional sentence, there were 4 types. Okay, 4 types. In the conditional sentence, there were 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the first one was for universal truth. Universal truth. And the second one was for most likely to happen. Likely to happen. Okay? And the second one was for unreal, imaginary things. Unreal conditions and results. And for the third one, which did not happen. Okay? Situation that did not happen. Okay, so let me take you to this structure here in the poem. If I was a superhero, we have here unreal conditions. If plus subject here, and then we have past verbs, okay, or past verbs, or verb 2. And in the second part, we have here, in the second part, I would plus base form or verb 1. Base verb plus object. Okay, this was the structure. This is the structure. If subject, like if I was a superhero, then I would help all the poor. Look here. So if I was a superhero, I would help the poor. This is the example of type 2 conditional sentence, and these sentences express unreal situation and events. Like if I was a superhero. Being a superhero is not very real thing. We generally do not have that capacity. We imagine it, okay? We imagine it, we make with our mind, and we state the thing that we wish to do. So this is also can be expressed to make our wishes per having something extra, unreal powers or unreal things in our life. Okay, students, so these are the things that we have been discussing throughout the lessons, and in this poem as well, you have learned to use them. So you can follow the structure of past verbs and would plus base verb. Okay, students, don't forget to match these verbs. So all these different types of conditional sentences have different structures. In our previous lesson of this same unit, we have discussed their structures. You can go through that and then learn the structures. And today we have followed this structure in the poem, and we have already studied in this poem. Please go through that and learn all the types, and you can follow the exact correct form of the verb. Okay, students, so this is a short information to you about the structure of the poem. Now let's see the next part. What is the discussion, or what is the capacity as a superhero in the poem? Look here, superhero's ability to fly. The poem talks about ability to fly, which is unreal. Superhero's mission to save the oceans. In this poem, superhero wishes to fly, superhero wishes to save the oceans, superhero's mission to save the environment, and superhero's impact on nature and wildlife. Okay, another one is superhero's mission to save the whole planet. Okay, students, so in short, you can also see here, saving the planet, like how? Look at this, different things the poet expresses. The poet expresses that the poet wants to clean the oceans using secret potions to rid the seas of pollution. Potions are used, okay, a kind of very powerful substance, potions, which is helpful to get rid, to avoid, to clean the pollution in the oceans. Okay, potions चाहिँ हामी use गरेर clean गर्ने क्षमता हुने रहेछ है भाइ बहिनीहरु. So by using the potions, protect forests. How? कसरी? Let's see. By preventing the deforestation and caring for the trees. By saving the trees, the poet wants to protect the forests. Another third wish is helping all the creatures. That is supporting the well-being of animals, big and small. Okay, so you can see that the poet says that I'll save the bees and birds and bees. So that means all the small and big animals. Okay, that is how the poet wants to save the planet. Okay, dear students, now we are going to move to the second part of our today's lesson. That is, we are going to do the exercises of the reading the poem. And in the exercise, we have first solving the crossword puzzle. Please have a look at the exercise in your book and find this puzzle. So we have here two parts, across and down here. Okay, the lines, the boxes are placed across, that is horizontal, and down, that is vertical. Okay, so and we have numbers here. Okay, students, please find these, how many horizontal lines or boxes are there and how many columns are there. Look here, number 4, here are different numbers. Can you find the number 4? Yes, here it is. So you can count the boxes and we will find the word as well. So let's read the meaning here. A special character with superhuman powers. So what did we read in the poem? That special character who has superhuman power. Okay, let's start. Is it superhero? Let's check. S-U-P-E-R-S-E-R-O. Yes, it fits. So it's exactly superhero. Let's see number 5 across again. We have here number 5. Okay, students? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. And the meaning is a tall and narrow structure. So what is that thing, tall and narrow structure, where the poet wishes to jump from to the another with a strong leg? Can you remember that exactly word with the 5 letters? Yes, it's definitely tower. T-O-W-E-R. We have another one is 6. Insects that produce honey. I think this one is easiest for you. We have word with 4 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's remember. Let's find out. Yes, you are 100% correct. That is bees. V-E-E-S. Bees. Let's find out 7 across, which is the boxes placed in across line. Here we have 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the 7 boxes here. The word is having special power to make things happen. Having special power. Okay? When do you have special power? When you are? Yes. When you are magical. So the correct answer is M-A-G-I-C-A-L. Magical. You are right. Now we have completed the across part of this puzzle. Now let's have a look at this down parts. We have 3 columns here. And let's see the first one. Number 1 is here with a longest word here. The meaning is reaching out as far as possible. Okay, going as far as possible. That is, you can find in the poem that starts with O. Can you guess the word? Yes, you are correct. That is outstretched. Okay, outstretched. You are correct. Now the next one, C, 2. Certainly without any doubt. When you are very sure, that is, there is a word that means certainly without any doubt. The word starts with D and it is in the first stanza of the poem, in the second or third line. Can you check it out? Yes, you are correct. That is definitely. Okay, that means definitely means sure, certainly, pakkai, sure hune kura, definitely. We have now the last one, a kind of liquid that is said to cure illness. Sabai illness lai cure गर्ने सक्ने, a kind of liquid that is called, what is that thing that is helpful to clean the ocean? Yes, that is potion. Okay, students, now we have solved the puzzle. I hope you are now very happy to see all the answers. Okay, students, now let's move to the next exercise, okay? Okay, here we have the next exercise, that is fill in the blanks, use information from the poem. The first one is, the speaker wants to fly, stretching the. How does a person wish to fly? Or how does the speaker wish to fly, wants to fly? He wishes to fly, stretching the, what is it called? We call it arms. Yes, you're right, students. So the poet wants to stretch the arms and fly. Okay, now we have B. The strong legs would be used to over the towers. What does he want to do over the towers? Can you remember the word? By having strong legs, what can you do? Definitely you can jump, right? Yes. So the answer is, yes, you are correct. Jumping over the towers. Right. Now we have C. The oceans would be saved with. What kind of things can clean the oceans? Okay, that is with potions or cleaning up potions. Okay, that potion that can clean. Okay, students, you can use this answer. The speakers would save all the trees and rivers. What another thing he wants to save? Can you remember? What was that? Can you check in the poem? What does he want to save? Is it river and ocean, or is it trees, river, and hills? What do you think? Oh yes, you are correct. That is mountain. He wants to clean or save all the trees, mountains, and rivers. Now we have the poor would be helped with. How do we help poor? Do they want computers? No, right? They want definitely food. Poor would be helped with food. Now we have F. There would be better place because of the speaker. Okay. What would be better place? What would be better place? Definitely the world would be the better place because of the speaker. Okay, students, now we have completed this B, exercise B. Now let's have a look at C. Here in this exercise C, you are now going to express the same thing in the 5 sentences. What would you do if you were a superhero? What would you do? List down at least 5 things you want to do. Now I will show you some examples. You can write or say same thing. We have C. If I was a superhero, that is the question or situation. If I was a superhero, now what would you do? Now we are going to write at least 5 things, right? Yes, so you can say that you can write either contracted would, or you can write separate would as well. Okay, students? I would help all the poor. Okay. We are going to write 5 things. You can write like this as well in contracted form. I would rescue or help people in danger. Okay. Another thing I would like to do is I would buy food or bring food. I would bring food to all the hungry creatures or living beings. Okay, 4th one, I would develop all poor countries by building road, hospitals, and schools. Okay, and the fifth one you can say I'd help all the children with all learning materials. Okay, dear students, if I was a superhero, you can imagine anything you would like to do as a superhero. Okay, I would help all the poor. Okay, students, so you can help all the poor. You can rescue the people in danger, and you'd bring food to all the hungry creatures, and I'd develop all poor countries by building roads, hospitals, and schools. I'd help all the children with learning materials. So these are different things you would do as a superhero, and these are just simple examples by myself. You can have your own imagination for doing something as a superhero. Okay, so these are the things you can do. Okay, now students, I'd like to take you to the last exercise, that is our writing exercise. Here you are asked to complete the story with the suitable forms of the verbs given in the brackets. We are given here some example verbs here. Here we have base verbs here, and you are going to convert it. You are going to change it to make it suitable in the story. So generally what we have in the story? Yes, generally, mostly we have past verbs, past forms of verbs in a story, because stories are something that happened in the past. Okay, students, so we are going to use past structures. So what kind of structures are past structures? Can you guess? Can you remember? Let me give you some examples of some past verbs, and then we will complete the task. Okay, students? So we are going to use past forms of verbs in the story. So past forms of verbs are like, if is present, then in the past we call was. Okay? If are is present, then in the story we have were instead of are. This is present and this one is the past. Okay? And if it is has in the present, we have had. If you eat at present, ate is in the past. And these are simple past forms of verbs. We have other forms of past verb as well, like I was eating rice. Okay, so this one is what kind of verb? This is continuous, past continuous tense. Another form of past verb is that I had visited the place before. Okay, so here, look here, had visited, was eating, and verbs like was, were, had, ate, and also I had been looking after my mother. Okay, had been looking, had visited, was eating. These are all different forms of past verbs. Now we are going to use these kinds of verbs in this story. So first let's look at this first sentence here. One day a lamb, look here, one day a lamb sweet grass away from her flock of sheep. Okay, how do you write? Which one verb do you think fits here? Is it one day a lamb ate, or is it was eating? Definitely it was eating. Okay, students, so we have to write one day a lamb was eating sweet grass away from her flock of sheep. See, now look here, not notice is given here, it is negative, so we have to now add did in this sentence. So did not notice, look here, did not, we added did not notice a wolf walking nearer to her. And then when see, look here, see is here, we now need the past form of the verb of see. So what is the past form of see? Look at here, can you read? What is it? Saw, yes, right. Saw. When she saw the wolf, see. Now again, start is here. Please write the verb to of or verb past form of the verb of start. What is the past form of the verb start? Yes, started. Started pleading, don't eat me. My stomach full of grass. Be is given here, so the be verb is in present and then past is was. My stomach, okay, sorry. Here we are going to write in the present form because it is a dialogue, okay? Look here, don't is a present form. When the characters talk in the story, they talk in present form of verb. Okay, students, so please don't forget, here we write present form of the verb because it is in speech. Look at here, the speech marks are given here. They are talking in the present form of the verb. Like please don't eat me. My stomach is look here, is full of grass. You can wait while to make my meat taste much better. So here, but the grass in my stomach will be digested quickly if you let me dance. The wolf, now here, the speech is completed. Here, until here, we had present form of verb. Now we again came out of this speech and then here we need verb 2, okay, or past form of the verb. Agree ko past form ke huncha bhai baniharu? Agree? Yes, agreed. We need to make it agreed. Now, here we have while the lamb, so here is the situation, lamb was dancing, okay, make it was dancing. See, so past form of have or has is, yes, had. So had an idea. She said, I can dance faster if you, look here again, it is speech, so we make it present form of the, so if you take my bell and ring it so hard, the wolf, again now past form, took the bell and started to ring it so hard. The shepherd heard the sound, okay, past form of here is heard the sound, ran quickly to see what had happened. Okay, here we need this one, perfect one, had visited, had happened, and the lamb was saved. So please look at this answer here, how I solved the story with the past form of verbs and some present one. Well, there was a conversation. Okay, students? Okay, so this was the last exercise for today's lesson. I hope you have got all the solutions to your problems in this part of the lesson. So dear students, now I'd like to end today's lesson. So please do the exercises and show it to your teacher. Please keep learning. I'd like to say goodbye to you. Have a nice day. Namaste.